Stop talking. Right now, in this exact season, God is not asking you to explain yourself to anybody. He's asking you to shut your mouth and let Him fight. If you've been laying awake at 2 in the morning, replaying conversations you never got to finish, defending yourself in your head to people who weren't even in the room, that ends tonight. This is God speaking through this video straight into whatever room you're sitting in. You felt it for weeks now, that pull to just disappear, not because you're weak, not because something's wrong with you, but because something in your spirit knows the noise has to stop. Every time you tried to explain your side, it got twisted. Every time you defended your name, somebody found a new way to misquote you. That's not a coincidence. That's God closing your mouth on purpose because He's about to open a door that words could never open. Here's what nobody told you about being chosen. It doesn't look like a stage and a microphone. It looks like silence. It looks like watching people misunderstand you and choosing not to correct them. It looks like sitting in a room full of people who used to call you and realizing your phone hasn't rung in weeks. That's not rejection, that's relocation. God is moving you out of rooms where your voice was needed and into a season where your stillness is the assignment. Think about it. Every person Scripture calls chosen went through a season where they had to stop talking. Joseph sat in a pit and then a prison, and not once do we read that he was out there defending himself to his brothers or to Potiphar's wife. He let the silence do what his words never could. David got anointed in front of his own family and then spent years running from a jealous king, never once trying to prove his position through argument. He just stayed quiet and let God build the case for him. That's the pattern. Silence is not the absence of favor. Silence is favor working underground where nobody can see it yet. And it wasn't comfortable for either of them. Years in a pit, years in a prison, caves and wilderness, and nights sleeping with one eye open. If you judged their lives by the middle chapters, you would have called them forgotten. But God was never late for either one. He was building something in the dark that couldn't survive being explained too soon. Right now, you might be sitting with an accusation nobody let you answer, a friendship that ended and you never got the closure conversation, a family member who tells a version of your story that isn't true, and every part of your flesh wants to jump on the phone, send the text, set the record straight. But God is telling you tonight, be still. I will deal with them myself, not you. Not your explanations, not your receipts and your screenshots and your proof. Him. And notice something. God didn't tell David or Joseph the timeline. He never gave either one of them a date on the calendar for when the waiting would end. He just asked for their trust in the meantime. One quiet day stacked on top of another until the pattern of their obedience became the proof of their character. That's what He's asking from you too. Not a performance. Just a willingness to stay faithful in a season nobody's applauding. This silence you're in, it's not punishment, it's protection. God is guarding you from a version of yourself that would argue its way out of the very promise He's trying to build in you. If you had everyone's attention right now, you'd waste it defending your past instead of walking into your future. So He's making you quiet on purpose. He's teaching you that your validation was never supposed to come from a courtroom of people who already made up their mind. It was always supposed to come from Him. And here's the part that should bring you peace instead of panic. God doesn't isolate people He's done with. He isolates the ones He's preparing for something bigger than they can currently carry. You don't put fragile things on a shelf where everybody can bump into them. You put them somewhere protected until they're strong enough to hold weight. That's what this silence is. That's what this season of nobody understanding you is. You are being reinforced in private so you don't crumble in public. So stop apologizing for going quiet. Stop feeling guilty for not having the energy to keep proving yourself to people who were never going to believe you anyway. Let them talk. Let them assume. Let them tell the story wrong. While they're busy talking about you, God is busy working on you. And one day the results are going to speak a language no argument ever could. You are not falling behind. You are not being forgotten. You are being formed, quietly, carefully, on purpose. And when this season lifts, you won't need to explain a single day of it because your life will already be doing the explaining for you. So tonight, let the phone stay quiet. Let the message go unanswered. Let them think whatever they want to think. You just breathe, you just wait, you just trust. Because somewhere past this silence, God is already writing the part of your story where every closed mouth finally gets its answer. And it is coming, and it is good, and it was worth every quiet night it took to get there.